Moving over to a political storm, Senate Majority Leader John Thune is reportedly planning to bring the Save America Act to the Senate floor for a vote next week, but isn't optimistic Republicans will get it to pass.
We don't have the votes either to proceed, get on a talking filibuster, nor to sustain one if we got on it. But that is just a function of math, and there isn't anything I can do about that. I mean, I understand the president's got a passion to see this issue addressed, as we all do. We've conveyed that to him, but we will continue to make that argument because I think it's important that everybody understand that this really is about the votes, it's about the math.
I want y'all to lean in and check the docket, Detox Nation. Pull up a chair and leave all that bias at the door, because we need to have a real deal conversation about this SAVE Act drama jumping off in the Senate. Now, y'all probably seen other creators out here, big names, millions of followers, the whole nine. And look, I got nothing but respect for them. I'm watching them almost every day, just like y'all. But they out here telling you this bill is dead on arrival. They staring at that 60-vote wall like it's a physical mountain they can't climb. But see, they ain't checking the receipts. They just reading the teleprompter the establishment handed them. They out here playing checkers while we looking at the source code. Most of these folks ain't spent a single second looking at the Senate standing rules, so they giving you a surface level take while we diving into the deep end data. The gatekeepers out here lying to y'all, but the receipts, they don't lie. See, the media want y'all to think the GOP is stuck in the mud. They want you believing that without 60 votes, nothing moves and the country stays wide open for illegal voting. But John Thune ain't playing by that old school rhino playbook. He's sitting on a high priority S1 status bill. Now let me break down what these S numbers actually mean, because this is the priority power ranking of the United States. In the Senate, the first 10 numbers, S1 through S10, they reserve for the majority leader's absolute top-tier goals. S1 is the flagship. It's the #1 play for the whole country. S2 and S3 are the heavy hitters right behind it. When a bill gets that S1 tag, it's in God mode. Why? Because S1 status combined with Rule 14 lets the leader bypass that committee phase entirely. They don't gotta wait for no markup or a vote in some basement room controlled by radical leftists. They read it twice and put it straight on the legislative calendar. It's a fast track that puts the ball on the 1-yard line while the opposition is still in the locker room. Here where it get interesting for the table talk and where the sarcasm starts to bite. Most people think a filibuster can go on forever, like some endless Hollywood movie where the hero talk until the sun go down and the bill dies. Y'all might be picturing Cory up there, dramatically grandstanding for 24 hours straight, like he auditioning for an Oscar while the country waiting. It's a nice little performance, but it can't last. We're looking at Rule 19. This the two-speech kill switch that nobody in the mainstream media want to talk about. Every single senator only gets 2 turns to speak on the same legislative day. Now here's the trick. If the GOP stay in their seats and refuse to go home, meaning they don't adjourn, they just recess, that day never ends. It could be Monday on your calendar, but in the Senate record, it's still the same day for a week straight. The clock is a cage, and the Democrats just walk right into it. Let's do the math, because the data is beautiful. We got 47 Democrats over there. If every single one of them get up and talk twice, that's exactly 94 speeches. On average, these folks can only talk for about 2 hours before they run out of air and need a latte. Even if they try to pull the Booker and talk until they turn blue, eventually they gotta sit down. That's about 188 hours of total talk time. We talking maybe 7 to 10 days of a hard, non-stop session. Once that 94th speech is finished, the debate is legally, officially, and permanently over. Ain't no more talk. Ain't no more grandstanding. The door is locked. The GOP just gotta sit there, look them in the eye, and wait for the silence. Once the room go quiet, the gavel falls. No cloture, no 60 votes, just pure procedural dominance. Hold up, before I give y'all the final blow, I need you to smash that like button and subscribe to Political Detox. We the only channel out here auditing the source code of the Republic. This is only part 1. I'm currently digging into the Section 232 national security files that prove this administration is terrified of what we found. Now here's the sauce. You got people like Tester and Brown who running for their lives in 2026. They in red states where the voters want this audit. If these senators spend 4 hours on camera fighting against voter ID, they basically signing their own political death warrants. They ain't gonna use their 2 turns. They gonna give one short, safe speech and hide in the cloakroom. Every time one of them ducks the floor, the 10-day clock shrinks. But let's get to the real heart of the matter. Why Section 232? If y'all don't understand this, you're missing the entire point of this audit. Now you understand why 232 is the ultimate weapon, because Section 232 is the national security priority. It's the catch-all. All that other noise about voter rights and procedural delays, that's just a smokescreen to keep y'all distracted. The GOP got the winning hand because Section 232 reclassifies our voter registration systems as critical national security infrastructure. Once you invoke national security, the game changes. The Democrats can scream all they want, but they can't do a thing about it once the safety of the republic is on the line. This is the national security priority that overrides every stall tactic in the book. If John Thune is the leader we think he is, he gonna hammer this home. If he don't, then he just playing the middle game, staying in the shadows and helping the establishment keep the status quo. But if he used the 232 national security priority as the hammer is meant to be, it's game over. Let's tie the receipts together so y'all can see the whole board. Here your summary. We got an S1 priority, that's the top power ranking, moving through a S2 and S3 defeat mechanism. The S1 designation puts the bill in God mode, bypassing the committees. The Rule 19 exhaustion strategy puts the opposition in a legal cage, limiting them to 2 turns on a day that never ends. But the anchor of this whole operation is the 232 national security priority. That's the main gist. That's the catch. If y'all don't grasp that, you just watching theater. This national security priority is what makes the 51-vote victory inevitable. The end game is a clean sweep. By labeling voter registration systems as critical national security infrastructure under Section 232, the GOP has turned this into a defense issue. I need y'all to hear me on this. This ain't just about voting or ID. It's about the 232 national security priority protecting the United States from foreign interference. That's a priority that overrides all that partisan stalling. If a Democrat get disrespectful on the floor, Thune drops a Rule 19 point of order. That only need 51 votes to stick. They can literally vote to sit the opposition down if they break the quorum. Once the room go quiet, the 53-47 majority walks it home with a simple 51-vote margin. The 60-vote myth is dead. The receipts are in. The audit is complete, and the GOP got the winning hand. The Dems are panicking, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sight to see.